far-right wing of America.
I have a congressman waiting to talk to us. Hold on one second. A radical plan being suggested by Democrats like Bill Clinton would allow the president to simply raise the debt limit himself. I myself have done it. I've read it. I can't see how that's even constitutional. Here to tell us about the plan is Congressman John Garamendi of California. Congressman, thank you for joining us again, sir. So the question I have is, where in this Constitution I'm holding right here does it say that the President of the United States should have the power to raise the debt ceiling solely by his own discretion?
Amendment 14, Article 4.
I'm looking at it, sir. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out, just because you acknowledge that we have a debt, does that mean go ahead and spend your way, a blank checkbook, go ahead and go crazy? It's on us?
No, quite the opposite. This is not about new spending. This is about spending that was already authorized by presidents going back to the end of World War II. And it's that spending. This is the debt that we owe. This is what we have on the American credit card that's been built up over the last century or more. So it's about that. It's not a blank check about the future at all. And Amendment 14, Article 4, says very clearly that the American debt must be honored. The President has the authority, in my view.
All due respect, you're one of my good friends. We love having you on the show. But I'm going to read what it says, Section 4 of 14th Amendment. It says, the viability of the public debt of the United States, authorized by law, including debts incurred for payment of pensions and bounties for services in suppression of insurrection or rebellion, shall not be questioned. Questioning the debt doesn't necessarily mean go ahead and give it a free rein to be as high in economy as the liberals want it to be, does it?
Well, quite the opposite. You just have it wrong, Eric. Once again, you have it wrong. This is about paying for past expenditures. This is not about future expenditures. What's happened here is the Republican Party has taken this particular leverage point and tried to shoehorn into the public law policies that they could never get any other way. For example, destroying Medicare, taking Social Security, privatizing it, or even doing away with it. No way would they ever be able to do that without this leverage point. And so that's the fundamental issue. Beyond that, it's about honoring previous expenditures that were made going back a century. We never should even be in this situation.
If that were the case, if we were to go ahead and say, Mr. Obama, on this crazy Section 4 of the 14th Amendment, which I don't think applies to this personally, not a constitutional lawyer, but I don't think it applies. First of all, I think Obama would have already done it if it had applied, and if he had the opinion that it did. But
no,
let's just say for a second that he wouldn't do that and he would go to the American people. If we were to allow a president to do this once, why even have a debt ceiling?
Well, that's a very good question. Why have a debt ceiling at all? What really we're talking about here is what kind of expenditures have we had in the past. We're going to pay for those. We borrowed the money to have 2 wars, to have a drug benefit program, and 2 massive tax cuts. We borrowed money to pay for all of that. Now it comes time, are we going to just simply say, no, we're not going to pay? We can't do that. That's not America. America has always honored its debts. That's what we're talking about here. Now, going forward, yes, we have to deal with the deficit, but we can never find ourselves and should never find ourselves in a situation that we have now where one group, the Republican Party, is using this particular moment to say, we want it our way or else we're going to default. That's just plain wrong. There'll be other opportunities forward where we will debate what to do about the deficit, and we should.
All right, sir. I want to say thank you to Representative Garamendi. Thank you for joining us again, sir.
Always a pleasure, Eric.
All right, I'm going back to the panel right now. Jason, I didn't get you in the last segment, but I want to get you